Ready, Cat's Paw?
I'm ready.
Alright, here we go. Alrighty, spawning in the top left position as the white Zerg, we do have Slayer. And at the bottom right is the red Terran, we have Deus073. And once again, for anyone just tuning in, this is the Team Liquid Legacy Star League Championship with an amazing $2,000 prize pool provided by Russ Brain. Thank you very much to him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in a way, the best thing about this is that it actually brings people together again to play this game, because usually, okay, there's money, so people want to get the money, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who are going to get back to Brood War, they're going to be playing, they're going to be enjoying it, and they're going to want to play it more. Now that's huge.
Yep, absolutely, man. Gotta keep the Brood War spirit going. Fighting.
Alright, so we do have Terran versus Zerg. Now, I have to say that Terran versus Zerg, in general, for me, one of the biggest problems is that Zerg has to be really on point with their timings. It's so difficult to make sure that every time that there is the next type of push coming down, that you have the right tech units. I've seen some players do some crazy stuff to kind of like mitigate this. Like, I remember Jadong trying to burst a bunker so that there would be no Marines in the early game, but that's so risky for the Zerg, and for the Terran it seems you can play a little bit more defensive. So it's a tricky matchup for both players, because you can get caught off by stop lurkers, you can get caught by Mutas coming up a little bit too early, so...
Well, it looks like we're immediately going to have some aggression coming out. Let's see if Slayer's caught off by this. This was an 8-Rax at the natural, I believe. But he is going to wall in behind it, so, you know, if this doesn't do any crazy damage, he will be completely fine. I actually really like this. I find this barracks positioning really interesting. I don't know if this is intentional, but right now, Marines will spawn on the outside of the wall, but as soon as Zerglings come down, he can lift this, move it one square to the right, and then Marines will spawn on the inside of the wall. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen,
yeah,
right?
But it's not tight. You know, the depot is not tight, actually, so...
Ah, true, yeah.
There is another thing that I really like about this. If, by some strange coincidence, the overload that we see at the natural where the SCV right now is scouting was at the natural of the Terran, he can lift the barracks and actually try to at least chase it out.
Yeah, that's a good point. And sometimes if you're really lucky, you get the kill, although not often. In the meantime, we just saw a 12 hatch. On the other side, we have a lot of red units. Look at that mini-map. Red units all over the place here. Looks like 2 Marines and 2 SCVs almost there. A third SCV coming on the way. This is going to be a bunker rush, ladies and gentlemen. There is one drone here to try and make a sunken as soon as the hatchery pops, but it's not going to be in time. The bunker rush is starting. Well, I assume I say bunker rush. There's no bunker just yet. And there finally is the bunker being constructed. One drone has fallen. He's got to go for the Marines. The Marines are the weak point in this attack. They actually have only 40 HP to the SCV 60. If you can go for the Marines, you should go for them. He needs to stop it from getting in a bunker. He needs to kill the Marine. 15 HP. Kill the Marine. He doesn't kill the Marine. He tried, but he wasn't able to stop the Marine from getting in the bunker. And now he is in big trouble.
The Sunken will probably be finished, but the problem is if he can defend it, actually.
Oh, man. Well, it looks like it's actually the Marines in the bunker. I don't know if they're just not in range or they're just not targeting the Sunken. I think they might actually not even be in range. So this could actually be broken quite easily with the help of the Sunken. The SCVs are mass repairing. The Zerglings are going forward. The SCVs are now being targeted. A lot of Zerglings are falling, but there goes the bunker.
But there's only 6 drones.
Yep.
And...
Wait, he's supply blocked too. Did he lose an Overlord?
Yep.
Wow, he lost an Overlord. I didn't even notice.
So the thing about the Sunken, it was actually pretty well placed, because the way that I think it works is that the bunker counts the distance to the center of the Sunken, not exactly to the edge.
Yeah.
So, well, pretty well positioned, but still, I mean, 6 drones. And supply blocked. Ooh.
That is not ideal.
And
Slayer.
Yeah, and the Terran is also going for an expansion, so the good thing about this, what Deus is doing, is that he understands that he did a lot of economical damage, so he doesn't want to pressure this idea, he just wants to save himself, and at the same time expand. And if he... Oh, he did leave open the... Yeah, it's not, it's too risky for Slayer to go in.
Yeah, even though that's not Zergling's height, he's just got so many units there. Like, he's got 1-to-1, and the Zerglings would have to funnel in a line. I think he'd be completely fine, and Slayer knows that. But at least putting the Zerglings here means he'll be aware of any further attacks coming out. But we're instead just going to see a very normal transition into the command center with the barracks. He even built the command center on the high ground. I don't think this was necessary at all, because he has the wall here. It's like, if it ever gets to the point where he's retreating to his ramp, I think he's already lost, because he loses the 2 depots and he has to lift the barracks.
Yeah.
So, you know, this doesn't make that much sense to me, but, you know, he's going to get the expansion anyway.
I think he just made it because it was like 400 minerals and he didn't want to wait like a little bit longer for the SCV to go there.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's kind of not... It's still faster than flying your command center, but it works.
Yeah, that makes sense. Seems reasonable. And there we go, flying that guy over. I mean, he doesn't have the best SCV saturation himself, but obviously with the 2 command centers, he's really going to start pumping those out. And otherwise, just getting the academy. Very standard stuff here from him. No fast engineering bay or anything like that. Just going for the pretty normal academy stuff.
I think that the main problem for Slayer right now is that he cannot actually afford speed if he wants to get back into the economy game, and because of that, these Marines, even if they try to move out, they can actually move out, poke, and get back. So, even if, for example, Slayer did go for something like a heavy Ling attack, and Deus went a little bit out of his way, this is a decent wall. He can still get something behind it, and I think Deus actually knows what damage he did, because...
What is up
just
with this?
microing up.
Okay, so by the way, random tangent. How I pointed out earlier how he could like reposition the barracks to get everyone in the wall, and he like doesn't do that at all. And has like random Marine and medic running around outside for no reason. Like he still forgot this one Marine in the bottom. I don't know what he's doing here. He's taking a smoke break, I guess. He's just chilling here by this little bush. Maybe he needs to take a leak or something. I don't know, but yeah, he's having a good time.
I think like the thing was that you know, most of these Marines saw that there were a lot of Zerglings out there, and that one Marine down there said, you know what, if they're gonna attack us, they're just gonna attack to the natural, and down there I'm actually safe. So he was like, I am staying here because I know they're not gonna come here.
Oh man, this is a smart Marine. He just like pieced out. He's a deserter. He's just hiding. I don't know, man. I would actually feel safer with like in the middle of the clump of Marines with all the medics next to me. Oh, looks like they found him.
Dude, but that's like something that happens a lot in movies. Like people are saying, you know, you have to surround the president or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I was remembering that I saw something on the internet that people were saying that I don't know if you remember the Phantom Menace. That was the first Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had like the girl that was trying to pretend to be the princess right next to the actual princess, and the people were saying, dude, if you are trying to be a decoy, why do you put both of them together?
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, to be fair, on the long list of things that are wrong with that movie, I think we can overlook that one. You know what? I'm gonna let that one slide.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good point. Good point.
In the meantime, the Marines are moving out now. Looks like they just skirted left for some reason, perhaps checking for an overload or something. Meanwhile, another hatchery is being built. They could have actually gone to deny this hatchery, but didn't actually scout this out. So going towards the natural instead, but there are 4 Sunkens. He goes for the stim. There's only 2 medics. There's nothing really he can do here.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. He actually retreats. That's good, because you definitely don't want to try to break that.
He actually scared the Zerg into making another Sunken, which is completely unnecessary. So that actually did something there, which is pretty good.
Yeah, but look at the... I mean, the game is actually starting to stabilize a lot more than I think the Terran wanted to.
Well, I would say the Terran is still a bit ahead from the opening. It looks like he is now going to scout this hatchery. I think he actually has time to get down there before the mutas pop. See, the mutas are just now going. Yeah, he's going to stim and run down there immediately. I like that use of stim just to get that bonus movement speed to go down there. Because he knows the mutas are almost done, so he needs to get there lickety-split.
I'm getting a little bit of distortion from you. I don't know if it's also on the stream.
Yeah,
so
no, I think I lagged a little bit there, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so the cancel from the hatchery does happen. I'm assuming that Deus is actually going to find the drone. Although even if he does, I don't think that makes that big of a difference at this point.
Well, he's got a lot of mutilating bearing down on him. I think after he kills this drone, he should immediately go to the ramp and block it. Oh no, I think it's too late. Yeah, he sent everyone to go find the drone. I think he should have just like sent 2 Marines to kill the drone or 1 Marine and just block the ramp. But he's just gonna build a depot and hide the Marines at the top left. Okay, that's interesting. He's like, oh, what? Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at that. That starting micro was actually pretty good. It only failed a little bit later, but it was not the worst move originally by Deus, so...
Yeah, nice move by him to try and focus down a couple of the mutas. I don't know if he got 1 or 2 there, but definitely killed something.
One.
Just 1. All right. This depot seems pretty stupid, though, considering the Zerg would have checked that. So I don't really see the point of this depot. Although it looks like the mutas almost left. He's doing some micro against it. He's actually building a depot at the top right as well. So Slayer is just going to take the 12, I guess.
Look, of all the things that you don't want to micro, it's probably that depot.
Hey man, you never know. That depot, I mean, it's got fans, right? Like, you might accidentally fly your muta into that fan and get it chopped in half or something. Those things are dangerous.
Look, that would be a little bit more dangerous when the actual depot explodes and the fans fly out.
Exactly. Dude, you know what I'm talking about. They'll just, like, fly around and just, like, slice everything in half. You know, it'll be like a Final Destination movie. You know, the mutas will just die a random gruesome death when the depot dies.
To know that I was exactly thinking about that movie.
Nice. It's caster synergy, man. Caster synergy. Alright. Looks like...
Okay, hold on a second. Siege tanks?
Yeah, man. The most OP unit in the game.
Yeah, sure, but you want to get the vessels first, right?
I think it depends. I think this is okay. I mean, obviously, we see a lot more depot first builds nowadays, but not depot first, vessel first. But I think that is a little bit more difficult to pull off. Like, I feel like going siege tanks, like heavy siege tank TVZ, is a very like stable, safe thing to do. It might not be optimal, but if you're like a C level player, I think somebody said Deus was like C+. If you're that level of player, going siege tanks is a lot easier to do.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. That's probably why.
I mean, the problem that I see right now for Deus is that not only the Zerg did actually come back into like the macro game, but also the biggest problem is that his first push that actually killed the third, that's good. But you have to have the macro to actually push right after those Marines died, so that you keep the pressure on the Zerg. If you don't keep the pressure, then you get lurkers, you get hive tech, you get the filer mount as it's going down right now. So,
yep, that's true.
I feel Deus is as you're saying, if you're a C level, that's going to be a bit tricky because you're afraid of saying, okay, if I move out right now, am I going to lose all my army again to something else? So you wait for the siege tanks and you push with the siege tanks and with the vessel as well. So this is actually pre-swarm timing.
It is indeed. With 3 siege tanks, going to make it pretty hard to actually engage this head on. The Terran can just sort of slowly siege down all these Sunkens, and they are all clumped up. But we do have Lings and Mutas in position to potentially flank, although the Mutas are coming back. Maybe he wants to try and pick off some free units with some nice micro here. He's got to be careful, though, of an Irradiate from that vessel. I don't know if Irradiate's actually done. Looks like, no, it's not quite finished researching yet, but... Oh, whoa, hold on. This vessel going to take a few free hits here. A couple of Scourge could pick that off quite easily.
Yeah, but the Mutas should go from the bottom to try to pick up the tanks, not from the top.
I think so as well. I think you're absolutely right. Or at least block the reinforcements. He could have had the Mutaling actually kill this entire group of reinforcements, but instead he's leaving them at the top here where they're not really doing anything.
Ooh. Now this is going to be really hard for Slayer right now.
I mean, he's making some lurkers. The Defiler Mount is finished. Consume is actually halfway done. He only needs to buy maybe another 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and then he will be completely fine here. But I don't know if he's going to have that amount of time.
He's not going to have it. No way.
Oh, gonna get the vessel. He does get the vessel at least.
The lurker. Scan. Is it going to scan?
He's got the flank lurker. He's got 1 lurker on the flank, but that's so many Marines. The Ling's actually coming in the back. The Ling's picking off the reinforcements. There's the scan, but the scan's in the wrong place. It actually doesn't see the lurker, but he might take down the natural hatchery. Mutas coming in. The Lings are AFK. Oh my god, the Lings need to come in. The Lings, if they came in. Oh god, the hatchery. That doesn't do anything, bro. That doesn't actually do anything. Dark Swarm does not protect buildings. I'm sorry. Is he gonna go for the hatchery? He's not actually going for the hatchery. The hatchery might live. He's not right-clicking it. The Zerglings are killing everything. He's not killing the hatchery. The Marines are killing the Zerglings, but there's a Dark Swarm here. It's gonna be close. It's at 190 HP. Oh my God! Is he gonna save the hatchery? Is he gonna save?
Wait, but the Marines go to the main, and this can do a lot more damage because he can actually micro around here.
Oh my God, he's going to town on the drones. Lurker coming in, but gets focus fired. Another Lurker comes in.
Good
it
scan.
does not get focus fired. He's not attacking it though. He scanned it, but he's not attacking. Oh my God, this game is amazing.
Oh man. I've never been so excited by seeing if a Marine is gonna hit something or not.
Well, this Marine in the back, by the way, has 10 kills, so he's pretty baller.
And the swarm going on it, and just one Zergling, and the Marine just walks out of it.
And the medics can actually wall him off. Look, the Zerglings can't kill him. The medics are walling it off. There's 5 medics here. He can't kill it. This Marine, the Marine, he's gonna kiil everyone. No, 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 run!
There's 17 drones only left for the Zerg. 17 drones.
Wow.
Oh.
That was an amazing attack. Holy moly. And we have the next switch already.
You've ever wondered, like, why, for example, Rambo, when you watch a movie, he survives that long? This is why. You see crazy thing happening, and somehow he gets lucky. That's what those Marines were. Okay, they really got lucky.
So you're telling me that in every Rambo movie, like off the screen, there were a control group of AFK Zerglings, and that's why Rambo lived?
No, but if you look at the other guys, like when you see a normal fight, you know, in these kind of choreography fights, and there's like one guy that's trying to attack the main protagonist, and everybody else is like moving their arms in the air. That's basically what the Zerglings did.
Dude, it all makes sense, man. You're completely right. It's the AFK Lings. They should have killed Rambo, but they didn't. But to be fair, Rambo also failed to kill this hatchery, so I think we can call it even.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So we got a mech switch, although the barracks are still producing Marines, and for the time being, I think that's kind of smart because there was a lot of over minerals for the turret. So trying to put a little bit more things on the map might be efficient.
That is true. Looks like he's moving out now. Whoa, that's a lot of vultures. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I guess because he was going for this switch, it's a little bit hard to keep on top of your macro because you need to wait for the factories to finish and stuff, and he only has the 4 barracks, so pretty hard to get that going. He's getting some armories now as well. He's got the dropship. But it's interesting to see this fast mech switch without, you know, taking another main or anything. Let's see how it works. I mean, he did get such an advantage from that attack that I guess it doesn't really matter what he does.
I mean, he's still even upgrading for his bio, so it's definitely something that he's kind of figured out that he wants to incorporate into his army.
That's actually really weird. You're right. He's going double eBay upgrades, but also 4 fact. That doesn't really make much sense to me. I feel like if you're going to go to the factories this early, you might as well just commit.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, in a way, if you have, if you're not like the top tip mechanic player and you want to just have more production so that you can like forget 1 round of units and then still keep your money down, it's not a bad idea.
Well, I mean, I would have said that like going pure mech is easier if you're not mechanically skilled, but I guess you're right in that since he made the barracks anyway, he might as well just make more units from them. So yeah, that makes some kind of sense, I guess. Interesting. Well, I mean, either way, he's got a pretty nice line across the map. If you just look at the minimap there, lots of mines everywhere. Zerg is pretty much on the defensive, and that's actually exactly the best time for all these vultures to come out. Actually, I think these mines, he should have placed them more forward towards the Zerg. Like, he doesn't need them this far back. He has map control. There's no reason for him not to basically mine right outside the Zerg's natural.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely at this moment, especially in the game, if you're Deus and you knew how much damage you did, you can definitely do that. But yeah, it's not really gonna make that much of a difference at this point.
True, true. He's actually just moving down the Hydras with the Vultures. That's not supposed to happen. Oh, but now they have the Dark Swarm, so gonna pick off a few for free. Note that of course these Vultures aren't upgraded yet. The Hydras do benefit from the Carapace bonus. Oh, we have a triple dropship though going into the main. Cat's Paw.
Ooh.
Warning.
I think that's Oh, but that's okay. See, that's what the bio is for.
Hey! It's for the drops.
Bio is for the DPS, and you know when you see a siege tank in your mineral line like that, that's not a good sign.
That is not a good sign. Funnily enough, the Zerg was actually researching drop in his hive as well, but the hive might even die before it finishes. Oh god, there's spider mines and everything here. And he gets the Defiler Mound. The Lurker, though, survives with 8 HP. The Siege Tank is targeting the Hive. He's not going for the Lurkers. I think he's going to get the Hive, though. There's so many Marines left here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any way for Slayer to actually save the Hive.
Yeah, he's going to cancel that upgrade as well. And probably he's going to lose these spawning pools. So Slayer now in serious trouble. Terran already got his 4th base up and running. And is just in complete control of the game. So basically a matter of time here. Interestingly, Hydra's fighting Marines on a swarm. Nobody can actually kill each other because these Marines are protected by the Dark Swarm.
Not all of them, but...
Oh, at least the
targets
front
now.
one is. There we go. Okay, so finally cleaning up this drop. But look at this. Hatchery at the top right getting killed.
Yeah.
And Deus is actually going to just A-move Vultures and Marines by themselves.
Dude, look at this. Actually, Slayer has like almost 3,000 minerals, and if you look at his production, it's like a little bit slowed down. I think he could benefit from adding like another few. Yeah, there we go. Actually, when I say that, he has some more factories. Okay, okay.
And indeed he does. I think you meant Deus. Dude, you said Slayer had 3,000 minerals. I was like, what? The Zerg has 3,000 minerals?
I say that because I don't know why when I think Slayer, I think Boxer, and obviously, you know.
Ah,
Terran.
true. That makes perfect sense, man. I was just so confused for a second. I was like, what?
You know, the problem is that when you think about, for example, Brood War, and there are things like stay in your mind,
Yeah.
and Slayer, Boxer. There is like a union between these two things, like what was this? Tastosis. So that's the same thing. You know, you put them together.
It's true, man. It's pretty awesome. I wonder how it feels to be the original Slayer, though, to have like some guy, because Boxer basically took his name from the original Slayer,
Yeah.
but then like
Yeah.
he became such a huge thing that now I would expect more people think of Boxer when they hear Slayer than the actual Slayer.
Yeah, true. That's.
Sad,
Although
man.
to be fair, it's never the name that makes you. It's what you do. So
Oh,
unfortunately for Slayer. Yeah, I mean, I know that because it happened to me as well more than once, and you kind of learn that over the years. So,
wait,
even
are
though
you telling me that there's a fake cat's paw out there somewhere?
well, if there's fake Catspaw out there, I just want to meet him because I mean, I would like to know who thinks about me highly enough to make an account like me. That would be weird.
Oh, mines! Oh man, that could have been a lot better. Could have blown up the lurkers too. I'm sad.
Dude, you're rooting for the Zerg. You should be. I mean, you should be rooting for the Zerg, not for the Terran. I mean, the Terran is the one who's ahead.
I don't know who I'm rooting for. Dude, I'm Protoss, man. I'm rooting for these guys to just somehow eliminate each other in the same game. I need them both to lose. There can be no winners here. Oh wait, we got a drop. It's gonna get intercepted though. Nice. Nice. And not quite.
But close tonight.
I mean, it's 1 for 3. We're good. Oh!
Oh! Ooh.
Nice.
Snap.
That's okay, we got a counter drop at the 3 o'clock. It's gonna drop on top of control group of siege tanks. Yep. That was good. Dude, can you just imagine the Overlord flying over there and the units inside being like, wait, I don't want to drop here. Wait, don't let me drop. And the Overlord just doesn't care, just like spits him out of its stomach.
It's even worse because the Overlord is supposed to be the unit that actually controls all the other units. So when the Overlord gets there and it's saying drop, the units are like, go ahead, man. There are 5 tanks. I'm so happy about this. Go ahead, drop me. Like, literally, think about it. The Overlords are the only units that cannot attack anything. They fly. They actually can fly, so that's kind of awesome, right?
Dude, that's true.
And they're supposed to control everything. Ooh. I mean, it's easy to understand why an Overlord doesn't understand what the hell's going on, because if you're the only unit in the Zerg arsenal that cannot attack, I mean, even drones can attack.
Dude, Overlords are basically middle management of Zerg, right? They don't actually know what the real work is, and they don't know what they're doing, but they tell everybody else what to do.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Sorry, I totally stole your thunder with the analogy.
No, but actually the thing is, you got it exactly right.
Oh man. Alright, looks like Zerg trying to hold on to this base. He's actually now supply blocked, and whoa, here we go. The full mech army busting out. 2-1 mech. Rolling out. Gonna kill this expansion very easily. I mean, he's maxed out mech against sub 100 supply Zerg, so gonna be no contest here. A moving across the map. He's got whole bottom side of the map taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, Slayer, although he's actually... Okay, there it goes.
GG.
Although Slayer was probably ready to say, okay, I lost this, but he might have tried to figure out what his opponent would go for later on in the game for the next game. So, you know that Koreans would do that quite a lot, especially, like, for example, in Clan Wars or something like that, that it would actually drag the game longer to get their friend to see what the game was like.
Yeah, like so, in all kill style.
Yeah.
Format. Yeah, you could definitely do that. Even in Pro League when they were still all kill. Yeah, you could like drag it out. You could also make your opponent more tired, that sort of thing. Just frustrate them just by being obnoxious and not typing out. Yeah, very good point. So, awesome. Oh yeah, and